Welcome, race fans, to the SimWorld Racing Network. We're coming to you live from the track that's too tough to tame, the Lady in Black, Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. I am David Hillbilly Hara. In the booth with me tonight, David Lafano. David, this is the Too Tough to Tame 225. Say that 3 times real fast, will you?
I don't plan on saying it much tonight because I will mess that up.
We're here at this 1.31 mile track. Temperature's 86 degrees outside, which that's not too awfully hot, not too uncommon for track time here in Darlington. But the track temperature is scorching 128 degrees Fahrenheit. It's slippery out there today, Dave.
Yeah, as if this track isn't tough enough. They're going to have to deal with some really slick conditions there with such a high track temp.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe the Lady in Black will be handing out her Darlington stripe to many a driver here tonight. But we're going to hope they can keep it straight, keep it going in the right direction, and see who ends up on top at the end of this race. It's 176 laps, 225 miles. We've got stage breaks at end of lap 54, 111, and then we'll end it at lap 176. 5 sets of tires, 60% fuel, 1 fast repair. Those stage breaks, Dave, my understanding is they can go anywhere from about 44 laps on fuel, so that's give or take, because some drivers will be running 5th gear here, some will be shifting 4th to 5th, some will just run 4th the entire lap. So that's going to affect the fuel mileage here. So we're calling it 40 to 48 laps open window. Sound fair?
Yeah, it sounds good. I think that's realistic. I think most people try to, if you got to run that long, you'll probably run, like you said, anyways, from 40, 45, 46, somewhere in there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and if they run that late into the run, I mean, obviously they're going to be wanting tires way before that. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you try to split it in half, make it a 4-tire stop, and use that extra time, say from lap 25 or 30 on to lap 54, to make up the distance, and beat those guys that are going to just pit for fuel maybe at the end? It's going to be a tough call there.
Yeah, with 5 sets of tires, this particular length of race is kind of different, right? You're 60%. At some point, you like to save a set. So typically how I see it play out is some drivers will choose to take fuel only in the first stage and take 4 tires in the second, or 4 in the first and none in the second. So we'll see what that strategy call is for these drivers tonight. But somewhere along the lines, you kind of want to save a set of tires in case you get a late race caution here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at about 18 cars in practice. Hopefully, all 18 will take the grid tonight. It likely will. I mean, they showed up for practice, so we'll see. Got about 1:50 left here in practice. Let's go ahead and jump over to our pre-race activities so we can catch qualifying as it comes to you live. So bear with us just a moment. We'll be right back. Please rise if you're able and remove your hat as the United States Navy Band performs our national anthem. All right. Once again, thank you to the United States Navy Band for the rendition of our national anthem. So, Dave, here we go. We got 7 seconds left here in practice. Jamie Mullins, the fastest in practice in that number 66 Chevy, with Kenneth Pack second, Eric Thornton third, Michael Kerjelak fourth, and James Nelson rounding out your top 5. Let's get into qualifying.
Yeah, it's been a few races since we've seen Jamie Mullins in that 66, so glad to have Jamie back here at Darlington. This is throwback week for the Quick Finishers Racing League, so excited to see a lot of these different throwback paint schemes as well, so that'll be fun to look at and see what drivers had in mind.
Absolutely. As we're waiting for drivers to start taking the track, we'll get some race results up for you for this qualifying effort. We see the number 74 Exalta throwback to Jeff Gordon machine there, it looks like. Ryan Steinhoff. Eric Thornton taken to the track, his Redline Motorsports number 88 Chevrolet. Michael Kerjelak, the really shiny Coors throwback there in the number 41 Coors Ford. Lee Walter Huber. Get the Home Depot throwback. Tony Stewart, I believe. MB&A on the front of it. Zulu running the pink and black Chevrolet Toyota this week. That number 98 machine. Kenneth Pack with his Western Auto number 16. Fastest on the track thus far is, let me hide that, Michael Kerjelak, followed by Riley Palmer, Eric Thornton, Greg Barnett, and Gregory Robinson, top 5 so far. Zulu jumps to second. Ryan Steinhoff jumps to the pole with a 30.335, with Riley Palmer in second at a 30.358. Good fast times here in qualifying. So we see the Valvoline Ford of Curtis Sauber. We'll be talking to Curtis after stage 2. I'm going to try to remember that this time, Dave. At the end of stage 2, we'll pick him up for a lap with Curtis Dale, so we can show the fans at home and get an explanation of how it is to get around this track. Jamie Mullins getting up to speed, getting ready to post his first lap. He'll jump to 4th on the board in lap number 1. Clayton Cyrus times in P11 with a 30.813. Clayton in that Haviland machine. Haviland throwback scheme there. Jamie Mullins to the top of the charts on lap 2 with a 30.333. And these guys are hundredths of a second. So it's a 30-33 to a 30-34 for the first 2 spots. Tyler Nelson has finished his run. Checks in P14. Michael Bovair times in at a P15. Tyrone Yo 16th. Tommy Osborne and Lee Walter Huber have not taken time, as we are winding down to 1 minute left in qualifying. Not sure if these guys will take a lap or not. Tommy Osborne and the 19 of Lee Walter Huber. This is the Quick Finishers Racing League. 2 Tough to Tame, 225 from right here in Darlington, South Carolina. Dave, my drive down was pretty good. How was your flight?
Flight was a little bumpy coming in, but we made it.
Yeah, as long as you get on the ground okay, then you're good to go, man. So that's always a good thing. Once the plane comes to a stop, there's usually no problem in the taxi. You can see the old minnow pond over there in the right off of, what is that, turn, I guess that would be turn 4. Yeah, outside of turn 4, you can see the minnow pond off to the right-hand side of your screen. They decided to leave that there. Said you can't mess with my minnow pond, so they had to shorten this track up. That's why our corners are quite a bit different between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, at one time, 1 and 2 was 3 and 4, vice versa. But the highway over here, you couldn't have the grandstands. You couldn't expand the grandstands any. So, in order to make more room for more fans, as we see the cars gridding up here, they decided to move the start-finish line to the other side of the track. I believe that was back in, was that in the 90s, I believe? Shoot, I should have probably looked that data up. They were just there for the NASCAR Cup Series, and I retained a little bit of that information, but yeah, not all of it, apparently.
But it looks like cars are gridding, waiting for the pole sitter there, Jamie Mullins.
Jamie Mullins is your pole sitter, as Dave just mentioned. Outside of him will be Ryan Steinhoff in second. Riley Palmer, newcomer in that number 35 Toyota, starts third. Fourth will be Michael Kerjelak. Fifth is Kenneth Pack. Eric Thornton is sixth. Seventh is Zulu. Eighth is Gregory Robinson. Greg Barnett starts ninth. Curtis Sauber will start in the 10th position. Rick Evans 11th. Clayton Cyrus 12th. Tyler Nelson 13th, James Nelson 14th, Michael Bover 15th, 16th is, well, that switched up, Tyron Yo 15th, Michael Bover 16th, something like that. We'll get it squared away for you here in just one moment.
Lee Walter Huber is 17th, and Tommy Osborne is in the 18th and final position tonight.
So 18 cars taking on 176 laps, 225 miles for the two Tough to Tame, 225 for the Quick Finishers Racing League. This is the SimWorld Racing Network. Thank you for joining us once again. Stick around. We'll be doing some interviews with some of these drivers at the end of the race, and we'll be talking to Curtis Sauber here after stage 2 to do a lap around with him. But we're going to get ready and take this to the green flag. Should be exciting here, Dave.
Yeah, looking forward to getting this going. Catalin says hi, guys, in the chat. Thank you, Catalin, for joining in like you do each and every
Catalin.
week. Cheering on Zulu.
We do appreciate it here at SimWorld Racing Network. And these guys at Quick Finisher Racing League love to hear from, read back the chat information. It's always fun.
Off of turn 4, the green is out.
Racing down into turn 1. Jamie Mullins. Bit of a lead there early on.
Oh, reckon early they keep it straight. That was the 3. Robinson get tangled up with somebody.
Still got a little bit of issue there with the 38. Looks like they got it all sorted out. Good on them.
Zulu gets in there a little hot. Gets the 41 up the hill. 41 struggling. Spinning down and into the inside wall for the 41.
Oh, no. Out of 4th position. Keeps it going, though. Keeps it going, does the 41 of Kerjelak.
Yeah, I don't think Kurds hit too hard, but nonetheless, unfortunate for him early on here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got any damage on that, but, well, maybe a little bit to the left front. It's really hard to tell with that beautiful paint scheme he's got on. Yeah, he's got some damage there on the left front. May affect the handling of that car just a little bit, just because of the position of the damage. Then again, we've seen damage help cars, so I don't know. You can never tell. Back out front, Jamie Mullins leads the way over Ryan Steinhoff and Kenneth Pack. It's very strange seeing some of these throwback schemes, and I really like them. Let's not get it twisted, but not used to seeing, for example, Kenneth Pack in this Western Auto. Kind of confusing to my eyes, but we'll hope we can keep it together all race long.
Yeah, I believe that's what, a Darrell Waltrip throwback? The Western Auto? Was that a Darrell Waltrip thing?
Yeah, I mean, I know you were going to ask me that, but I still didn't look it up.
If anyone in the chat knows that, let me know. I believe that was Darrell Waltrip.
See the Team Chevy number 70 of Ryan Evans get up and smack that wall just a little bit. Got his Darlington stripe here early on. That's all right. Every one of these drivers is going to hit this wall at some point tonight.
Yeah, that's inevitable. It's like I said, too tough to tame. You got to run up on that wall to be fast here, and at some point you're gonna hit it.
So we see the 75 of James Nelson making his way up through the field, four positions in that auto serve 75 car. Now going to work on the Haviland machine of Clayton Cyrus.
Yeah, this field gets strung out pretty early on here. Jamie Mullins right now over just about a half second out in front of Ryan Steinhoff.
Yeah, we had a little bit of calamity there early on. You know, we saw the 3 and the 38 just about mix it up pretty bad. The 38 was the big loser on that deal. He's lost 7 spots since the beginning of the race. Michael Kerjlak, the biggest trouble of the day, hitting that inside wall, is down 14 spots from where he started on the day, starting in P4. He's now currently last car on lead lap in 18th.
Yeah, and the end of this stage is lap 54, correct?
Yes, that's correct, lap 54.
Okay, and like we were saying earlier, the fuel window is lap 40 to 48, so these drivers cannot make it all the way through this first stage without stopping for fuel. So it'll be interesting to see the strategy some of these drivers make if this goes green.
Well, Dave, let's go ahead and rattle a few of them. You want to? We're going to show a little bit of dashboard over here on the right-hand side of your screen. Shows who's shifting and who's not. So we're going to watch Mullins here for a little bit, a couple corners, as he downshifts to 4th. Going into the turn here, let's see. Should get back up to 5th here on the front stretch. And he does. Let's see if he downshifts going into 1. So no, he holds it in 5th. So he's downshifting in 3 and 4. We'll back up to Ryan Steinhoff to see what he's got going on here. So he's in 4th gear down the stretch, shifts to 5th, back to 4th. So he's rolling 4th through 3 and 4. See what he does on the other end in 1 and 2. So he goes back to 5th here, back to 4th. So he's shifting on both ends of the track in that number 74 Chevrolet. We back up to Kenneth Pack. Kenneth Pack, currently in 4th gear, he shifts to 5th here on the backstretch as he heads down into 3. He's back to 4th gear. See, there you go. Kenneth does not shift to 5th, at least this time by. Down the front. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. There's three different drivers, 3 different styles of getting around this racetrack. All of that's going to play into possibly tire wear, right? The guys who are having to use more brake may be heating that right front a little more than the guys who are downshifting. Guys who are downshifting, in turn, are using more fuel because of the higher RPM.
Yes. Oh, Kenneth Pack is going after the 74 Ryan Steinhoff now. 35 Riley Palmer has joined this fight as well for the 2nd position.
We get a great battle going on for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position. And now Kenneth Pack goes to the outside. 74 just kind of moved over and said, "Hey man, you're faster. Go on by."
That's what I saw too. Yeah, I think Ryan says it's too early to fight for that position. You're faster than me. Just go on by, and I'll stay out of trouble.
And meanwhile, our leader Jamie Mullins is out to almost 2 seconds over the 16 in Kenneth Pack. We know, as we've said before, we'll say it again. Kenneth Pack is a very smart driver. He's likely not punishing his stuff. Just kind of saving those tires. Knows that this is a long race. I believe he's already ran this race with All-American Racing League this season, a couple of weeks ago. I believe he was in that race.
Yeah, like I like to call Kenneth is Podium Pack because he seems to always be on the podium. We're always talking to him every single time he races, whether it's here or All-American Racing League.
Well, he got his first victory in the All-American Racing League Truck Series, Dave. just last week. Was it not last week? I believe it was.
Yeah, was that a worldwide technology, correct?
That's correct. Yep. Got the victory and said that we talked to him the next day, and he said I celebrated pretty late after that win. So good on him. Congratulations to Kenneth for that victory. But this is the Quick Finishers Racing League. He wants a win here pretty bad as well. And you know what? He's been knocking on the door each and every week.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Kenneth is he's just very consistent. He does the same thing. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes. And usually that allows him to be near the top at the end of these races.
Yeah, and last week's winner here in the Quick Finishers Racing League, do you have that information, Dave? I'm trying to look it up.
I can.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I know the 88 dominated the first two stages, and we just found out later today that he ended up, he was quite sick. So he ended up parking that machine after winning the first two stages.
Yeah, so let's see. So last week, I believe they raced at Kansas, and the winner there was Chris Essery.
That's right, newcomer Chris Essery got it done.
Who is, he's not in the field tonight, but he won last week. So yeah, let's see if I can pull up some points as they run. After Kansas, Eric Thornton's still your point leader with a 23-point advantage over Curtis Sovereign, with James Nelson in third, Michael Kerjelak fourth, and Gregory Robinson in fifth.
Okay, so the battle is on here for the fifth position. Zulu wants it. 88 of Eric Thornton has it. Zulu now to the inside of the 98 and 88 almost touch. Very close racing there, but the 98 is going to prevail. Made the pass, gets on by, take P5 for Zulu. Jamie Mullins still holding a right at a 2-second lead over Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, it looks like Jamie Mullins is off to the races here in stage one. Like you said, over 2 seconds. 2 seconds and growing now over Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the times. Last time by, they ran almost identical laps the first three. I think it was a 30-24 to a 30-20, 30-20. So the top three right there is locked up with one another.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Michael Kerjelak, who started fourth, I believe, tonight. Had that early issue with Zulu. It's taken him about 20 laps now to start to catch the back of this field after that early incident.
Oh, as he slides up into the 85. Tyler Nelson, his Traxxas machine.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a pass completed on the bottom. On the entry to these corners, you almost have to set that pass up to get him coming off and try to drag race him down to the next corner.
Yeah, looking at the top three lap times again, guys, it's 31:08 to 31:01 to 31:15 for the top three. So they're still right there in lockstep. The front two running almost identical lap times each and every lap.
And actually, Kenneth Pack has closed in a little bit, maybe by a tenth or so, over Jamie Mullins. So just a tick quicker so far for Kenneth Pack as we work through about the middle stage of this first stage.
Yes, we'll see a battle for the third position now with Ryan Steinhoff and Riley Palmer battling for that position. Looks like Steinhoff's going to hold on to that for now. We're about 3 laps from halfway in this stage. I'm really curious if anyone's going to try to split it and take 4 tires. I don't know. Lap times have fallen off quite a bit. A little over a second, 1.3 seconds, 1.2 seconds. in just 25 laps. So if you took the 4 tires, you may be able to make up the time as long as the caution flag doesn't get you before it gets too late in the race.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you're racing for. If you want those stage points, maybe the 4 tires is a good call. I know personally for me, because over in ARL we run the same distance. I tend to take my 4 tires in the middle of stage 2, just typically because that's a little bit longer stage. So, but we'll see what drivers do. You're gonna have a mixed bag. You're gonna have some that stop early here and take 4, and others that maybe just stop and go on fuel.
Is the 88's continuing his decline here? He's only dropped 1 position from where he started, but Curtis Salburn able to get around him to take over that 6th position, moves the 88, which seemed to be very, very loose there. Gets up into the wall just a bit. Might have been a tight condition and he had to pull off the wall, to be honest. But yeah, Eric Thornton back to 7th. Really, really close to that wall. Trying to maximize the speed that you can carry around here by being up against that wall. James Nelson back in the 8th position, up 5 spots from where he started. That throwback Dale Earnhardt Wrangler paint scheme from way back yonder. I believe the number 15 was on that car back then, and it was a Ford for a while. It was a Pontiac for a while before Dale got into Chevrolet and never looked back.
Yeah, so it looks like Michael Bovair has gone down a lap here to our leaders. And actually, Michael Kerjelak in that 44 isn't too far out in front of our leader, Jamie Mullins, at the moment. Maybe by half a corner here, half a straightaway.
Yeah, and Bovair's actually down 5 laps now, Dave. I'm really not for sure.
Oh, is he 5? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe he stopped. He's already had a green flag pit stop on lap 9. He had some kind of incident. We just didn't see anything about it. Now, James Nelson's on pit road.
Yeah.
Taking right side tires. This will be a 4-tire stop for the 75. He's going to play that strategy, Dave.
Yeah, so this is going to kick off the pit stops here, the strategy calls. Like you said, James Nelson with 4 tires.
Keep an eye on any of the other drivers here to see if they do follow suit here, or if they're going to try to run it out and do this thing on fuel with just a splash and go at the end of this, coming to the end of the stage. So Tyler Nelson goes a lap down. James Nelson is a lap down. Due to his pit stop. Tyler is a lap down on track, has not pitted yet. Now Gregory Robinson in the 3s coming down pit road for his service.
Yeah, and Jamie Mullins has just now put a lap on the 41 of Michael Kerjelak.
Now, if I was Kerjelak going a lap down, I believe I would go ahead and stop.
Yeah, I think that would force me to pit road. Take those 4 tires now.
You can see that Darlington stripe right there on the side of the 3. He's been into the outside wall, but scraped Earnhardt's face off the side of it. But hey,
yeah,
like we say,
Gregory Robinson in his pit. Let's see what he does. Looks like it's going to be
no tires.
Fuel only for the 3.
He does fuel only a little earlier in the stop. Now that kind of confuses me just a bit. Unless he missed a tire check or something, as Clayton Cyrus is coming down pit road in the 05 Haviland Toyota.
Yeah, I think if I pitted this early, it's for 4 tires. I think if it's going to be fuel, it's going to be a stop and go late in the run.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're only taking a splash of fuel. You're minimizing as the 05 slides through his box, has to back up. He's now getting tires on the right side of that machine. Jamie Mullins is still your leader, out by 3.7 seconds over Kenneth Pack. This is the SimWorld Racing Network. Riley Palmer is coming down pit road. This is the Quick Finishers Racing League 2 Tough to Tame 225. Pit stops are happening right here at lap 33. Riley Palmer and the 35 Toyota bringing it down for service. Got that Home Depot paint scheme on there. It looks like, oh yeah, okay. It's got the whole Snoopy and the whole bunch with the pumpkin patch. Very nice. Actually, I don't see Snoopy, but
As Walter Huber is now on pit road.
Also with the Home Depot machine. The pumpkin on the front of it. James Nelson is running 31.16s right now to the leaders running a 31.98. So he's making some time up. I mean, he's still a lap down to the leaders, but he's making some time up when they make their pit stops. They're gonna box themselves into only taking fuel for sure if they go too long on this run.
Yeah, I think at this point you go past that 40 lap mark. It's going to be for fuel only as Tyrone Yo heads into his pit box. See what he gets done for service.
Tyrone's gonna be right side tires.
Yep.
That good wrench throwback.
Looks like it's going to be 4 tires for Tyrone. Jamie Mullins still on track. I think Jamie Mullins, Kenneth Pack, Steinhoff, those are going to be probably splash and go on fuel here late.
Yeah, and they're anywhere from like 4 to 8 laps probably from pitting for that fuel. May be able to stretch it a couple laps beyond that, as we were saying, to lap 48 possibly, depending on their shifting patterns and how much throttle they've used or time that they've been off throttle throughout this run. May have saved a little bit, but right now there's only 9 cars left on the lead lap. So we see Tommy Osborne in that navy. I like the color. It's like a navy blue, I guess.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself but to laugh on that one.
I know.
But yeah,
I told a funny.
Greg Barnett is now on pit road.
That was navy blue in more ways than one. But yes, Greg Barnett in the Night Owl So's number 38 machine, bringing it down for service. See what he elects to go with here. If he's going to go with tires this late or just fuel only at this point. Eric Thornton is in. Curtis Sauburn is in behind him.
Yeah, I'm watching the 38 now.
Tires.
Right sides are up on the 38.
Yeah, I just don't know about the call to run this many laps and then take tires, right?
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. I'm going to take a look, see what Thornton and Curtis do.
Tommy Osborne's on pit road as well. Kenneth Pack's on his way down.
All right, so Eric Thornton, let's see, the 6.
Oh, he
four,
had to
looks
move.
like the 6.
It's too
6
far
of
left.
Curtis Sauburn is 4 tires and fuel.
Dave, the 88 gets too close to the wall,
Yeah.
pulls forward, and then pulls too far forward, has to back up, and then he's taking 4 tires. It's going to be a bad stop there as the 1 is away. 16's coming into his box to get his service.
Let's see what Kenneth Pack does.
Yeah, the
Looks like
one,
Kenneth, right sides are up on Kenneth.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of 4 tire stops here.
yeah, the one of Tommy Osborne, 8.82 seconds. I believe he's in for fuel only. Your leader is still Jamie Mullins with Ryan Steinhoff in second and Zulu in third, and Rick Evans in fourth.
Jamie Mullins is hitting pit road here. Let's see what he does.
Your leader coming to pit road. Ryan Steinhoff will take over the lead now in the 74 machine. '74 is like, come on, caution flag. Let me get it. You get these fast cars trapped lap down, have to take a wave around, and here you are putting on some fresh tires for a run to the finish. Wouldn't be so bad. Rick Evans is also coming down. See what happens with Jamie Mullins, who's led nearly every lap thus far, the first 40. Right sides are up.
Yeah, very interesting pit strategy, but what do I know, Hillbilly?
Yeah, I mean, right? That's why we're here in the booth, Dave. That's why we're here in the booth. The right sides are up
like
on the 70.
only 2 drivers have yet to pit. That's Ryan Steinhoff, your leader, who is now ducking down in turns 3 and 4, coming to pit road, handing the lead over to Zulu.
Yeah, and Zulu hasn't been down yet either. So we'll have to see when he decides to bring that machine down. We're on lap 43, coming to lap 44. We were told you could run about 44 unless you were saving. So we're going to have to watch and see what Zulu decides to do here. Maybe he's been saving throughout this run. As Ryan Steinhoff, as we said, is on his way to his box. Tyler Nelson is in. Comes to stop in his box. Right side's up on the 74. Tyler Nelson's left sides are going on, so it's forced tire stop for him as well. James Nelson with the early pit stop and 4 tires is going to end up being your leader here, Dave.
Yeah, he was able to run down Riley Palmer and get by him. Riley Palmer, I believe, the first car that took fuel only, so see how that works out for Riley. Jamie Mullins is coming fast behind him on 4 brand new tires. Zulu is on pit road now.
James,
I think if you're Zulu, you got to take a splash of fuel and go and hope for the best here. Caution will come out here in another 7 or 8 laps.
Right sides are up.
Right sides are up.
That is going to hand the lead over to the 75. As the 48 moves out of his way, his lap car moves on out of the way there. As Zulu is now dropping back. Riley Palmer, so this gives about a 1 second in growing. Wow, growing quickly. 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds. He's pulling away from Jamie Mullins. It's about a 1.5 second lead right now, which Jamie just got around and Kenneth got around Riley, who took fuel only.
Yeah, I think for someone like Zulu, I think the only way this works is when this caution does come, I think you might have to risk it and come down and take fuel only. Maybe get some of that track position back.
Well, he didn't lose a lot, though, Dave. I mean, he's back out in sixth position. So it didn't hurt his day too bad. I mean, even Riley Palmer, who, 9-second pit stop, took fuel only, is still holding on to the 4th position as of right now, coming to a stage break. I would imagine everyone takes 4 tires at the stage break. I can't imagine staying out.
Yeah, you're going to have to now, more than likely.
Oh, it's Tyrone Yo trying to get out of the way. The 66 is now to the inside, 3 wide for the lead. The 66 is going to get that lead from the 75. 16 and Kenneth Pack looking now to the inside of the 75 of James Nelson. So they made up that 1.5 seconds pretty quick, having the more recent fresh tires. So what the hell do we know up here, Dave?
I'm starting to wonder myself. I'm learning that I've been doing it all wrong. That's what I've been learning.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These drivers haven't figured out, and they just forgot to tell us about it.
Yeah, so, I mean, James Nelson was down on lap 27, right? So, I mean, we're looking at about 13 lap difference between Jamie Mullins and James Nelson on tires. And it looked like Jamie Mullins just flew by him doing about 50 miles an hour faster. So, tires must mean a lot here tonight.
Now, let's go back, though. This move for James Nelson's still not a bad move. He was mired back around 9th, 10th position prior to these pit stops. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, it worked out short pitting. You gain a lot of time. But when those guys did pit, the fresher tires did make a difference. But yeah, it's going to work out for James just fine. It's actually going to net him some stage points here.
Jamie Mullins is your leader, pulling out to a 1/2 second lead over Kenneth Pack. Dominating performance so far by Mullins, as they're now working up on the back of this lap car of Tommy Osborne. Going to try to put him a lap down. And does so. Kenneth Pack gained a couple of tenths on Jamie through that exchange there, but Jamie's starting to stretch it back out again now. James Nelson's falling about 2 seconds behind these guys, but still holding about a 2 second lead over the 4th position with 3 laps left here in the stage.
Yeah, clean and green so far. I'd love to see it. Be able to see some of these pit strategies play out.
David, and I jumped in and talked with these drivers before the race here, and they were struggling with handling here with this very, very slick and hot racetrack today. It's really good to see them running such a very clean race thus far through stage one.
Yeah, it's good. I notice in practice too. A lot of times, even myself, you're trying to go for that fast lap. You're pushing it each and every lap, and when you get into the race, you kind of tone it down a little bit. You kind of know what the ultimate goal is, and you're not pushing quite nearly as hard as you would in practice.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I mean, when you get the practice time, drivers are always going to try to find something. So you want to get out there and run hard as the 70 and 85 go another lap down. That's for they were running well. Rick Evans is the first car a lap down in the 12th position. If I'm seeing that correctly. Yes. But your leader and likely winner of the stage here, if nothing happens on this lap, will be Jamie Mullins.
now Ryan Steinhoff goes by James Nelson here last second to grab a stage point away from James.
Coming back to the starter stand, number 66 of Jamie Mullins with the victory on the first stage. Kenneth Pack is second. Ryan Steinhoff is third. James Nelson, fourth, with Zulu in fifth. Riley Palmer, sixth. Seventh is Eric Thornton. Curtis Sauber is eighth. Ninth is Clayton Cyrus. 10th will be Greg Barnett, getting the final point of the stage, finishing in the 10th position is Greg Barnett. So Dave, that was some good racing here early on. We saw some strategy play out already as the drivers are heading to pit lane. Front three are in. Make that four. I think everybody's coming for tires. I can't imagine. But you know what? We've been wrong about how things are going to work out so far. But yeah, I don't know. Zulu stays out.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm going to try to keep track here right now of the lead lap cars. Riley Palmer and Gregory Robinson were the only two, I believe, that took fuel only on their pit stop. So if they take tires here, that's going to have them an extra set as we go through compared to everyone else.
Yeah, and Zulu will be in that same predicament as he took tires, but he stays out now. But he's going to have 11 lap older tires than these drivers restarting behind him into the second stage. But there again, he could still cut the stage in half, as we're going to be running out to lap 111 in this stage. So about another 54 laps by the time they go green. Maybe 53, 52 by the time we get the green flag. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a little less laps than they just ran. A few less laps than they just ran. So
I'm going to step away for just a second. He'll be back.
Absolutely. As we thank you for joining us here on the SimWorld Racing Network for the Quick Finishers Racing League Too Tough to Tame 225. That's a mouthful. Here at Darlington Raceway. Your leader is Zoltan Nagy Zulu in the number 98 pink and black Toyota. Ryan Steinhoff will restart on his outside in the second position, with Jamie Mullins restarting in third second inside on the second lane with Kenneth Pack to his outside. James Nelson will restart fifth with Eric Thornton to his outside. Curtis Sauber in seventh. Clayton Cyrus in eighth. Riley Palmer ninth. Rick Evans in the 10th position. See Michael Kerjelak coming back down. Let's see, maybe this is a little bit of a strategy move for Kerjelak. I don't know if he's on the lead lap still yet. He may be coming down to splash and go, fill this thing up a little bit more.
All right, I am back. Sorry about
no.
that.
Kerjelak pulled it midway down pit road, stopped and towed, and has now left the server, it appears, for Michael Kerjelak. Unfortunately, he had to leave the race. Something else must be going on for him to just pull down like that, as the lights are off on the pace car. We're going to stack them up 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 for this restart. Yeah, Dave, Michael Kerjelak pulled down pit road, thought he was coming in for a second pit stop, and stopped about midway down pit road, towed the rest of the way, and then just exited the server. But he had no damage. I mean, other than the initial damage he got from the wreck earlier on, or the incident earlier on. As we have had no cautions for incident, the only caution has been the stage brake. The pace car is off. Zulu is your control car. Once he gets inside the Geico restart zone, he'll step on that loud pedal and the race will be on. Zulu fires off. We are green flag in the air. Good jump for the 98. He moves to the top of the track. And down into one. Cars already getting single file here. Kind of fill their car out, get in line, and start making methodical passes through the field.
Now, see how this plays out for Zulu. He's got about 10 lap difference in tires. And he's going to have to probably stop a little sooner, correct? He did not come down pit road to top off.
That's correct.
See if that fresh air, that clean air, will help Zulu out front here. 66 and 74 door each other off of turn number 2. 3 wide getting into 3, and they're wrecking down there into turn 3.
They managed to hold on to it, Dave. No yellow.
Yeah, they straightened it out, but I think the 66 was a little crossed up there for a while.
We were all but wadding it up. Oh, as we see the 66 get into the wall really hard there. I mean, kind of a wall climb. Getting that Darlington stripe. The man who's been dominant through the first stage winner, or stage 1 winner, shall I say, having a little bit of trouble now that he's back in traffic. He's chasing down the 6 of Curtis Sauber. Now trying to look to the inside of Sauber. Can't make it happen this time by. We'll get back up in line in front of the 88 of Thornton.
Right now, Zulu looks like he was launched out of a cannon out to almost a 2-second lead over James Nelson.
Yeah, getting it done. I mean, on a little bit older tires, really getting it done. That's exactly what he wanted to happen. Get these guys racing behind you and kind of walk away if you can, because eventually the tires are gonna play in. But last time by, Zulu and fourth place Kenneth Pack both ran the fastest time on the track with 30.22. Kenneth Pack now moved up to that third position, getting around the 74 of Ryan Steinhoff.
Yeah, so I think Zulu being on a little bit older tires, less fuel in the tank, I think this is exactly what he needs to do. Go out and try to get as big of a lead as quick as you can, because you're probably going to have to stop a little sooner than the rest of these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know. I mean, maybe you try something, right? You can't do what the leaders are doing, right? You cannot do what the leaders are doing, the guys that have been beating you all race long. So Jamie Mullins is dropping back through the field here. He's down on the apron. He's back up on track now. He looks like he's running into some issues. They got a little bit of damage on the nose of that machine. He's falling back now, down 11 positions from the pole where he started. Trying to go to work on the one machine. Who's a lap down, gets on around him, but that car is evil loose. Evil loose for the 66.
Yeah, he's back in that dirty air, like we like to say. The car handles a lot different back here in traffic than it does up front all by yourself. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging for Jamie to kind of pick him off here as he
Yeah.
tries to work his way back.
And Dave, we're watching James Nelson, fastest car on the track right now, running down Zulu. He's chopped into that lead a bit. He's got it down to about 1.2 seconds, and gaining on him for sure. Still 2/10 quicker this last lap. So I mean, for Zulu, do you pit while you have this, over 1 second lead maybe, or is it too early?
I think it's a little too early now. What do we go to? Lap 111?
So you got about 44 laps. So you're right at your fuel window right now.
Yeah, I think you come somewhere. If I'm him, I come somewhere around 75 or so, maybe 80 at the latest. Kind of short pit these guys, make up a little bit of ground, and hope for the best as you run out stage 2.
But will you give up too much before then? I mean, he did gain quite a bit, right? So it's still a second, 1.2 seconds back to James Nelson right now, 1.1. And then another half a second back to Kenneth Pack. But then there's like almost a 2.5 second. He's 4 seconds ahead of fourth place, Zulu is. So he really could stay out here, like you say, and not lose a whole lot of track position.
Yeah, I think his pit window is going to be around 85 to 90 on fuel since he was last in on lap 44. So, yeah, he should be. He'll have to come, like you said, a lot earlier, at least 10 laps earlier than the rest of these drivers.
You see Gregory Robinson trying to make some gains on that 6 of Curtis Auburn. Try to get that position away. That'll be for 7th. Looks like old Dale Earnhardt and Mark Martin out there battling it out. Eric Thornton trying to work his way around the 74. Ryan Steinhoff.
Yeah, Eric Thornton struggled a little bit there in the late going in stage 1. See what happens here is looked like he got in the back of the 74 a little bit.
He did, and then he kind of gave that spot back because I think he thought the 74 was wrecking. He did get him all kinds of sideways. Now looking to his inside to try to make that move on the bottom. Don't think that was intentional by any means, but yeah, did get him all out of sorts there for a minute. So side by side, heading down to turn 1. Give the position to the 88 of Thornton. Back up front.
Yeah, that lead for Zulu has shrunk to about half a second.
We're thinking on the same wavelength here, Dave.
And Kenneth Pack hot on the tail of the 75 as well.
Yeah, Pack is the fastest car this last time by at 30.49. He's a tenth faster than James Nelson in front of him. And they're both a few tenths faster than Zulu at the moment. So we come to lap 74 this next time.
Yeah, I think if I'm in Zulu's head here, I think as soon as you give up these spots to James and Kenneth, I think you hit pit road. I think you have to.
Yeah, that way you're not losing a whole lot of time to fresher tires. You are the fresher tires at that point. But I mean, kudos to Zulu for the kind of the move of the race thus far. Getting that lead and actually being able to hold on to it, for the last 20 or so laps.
Yeah, because I think if you pit here, you're not going to lose a ton of time. I think you're actually going to gain on him when he comes out. But I'm thinking before lap 80, or as soon as these drivers get around here, which they're a little bit faster, it's just a matter of time, I'd be hitting pit road.
He's doing a good job of taking the line away from him because this is, it's a line sensitive track and it's very narrow. The only way they're going to catch him is you're not going to catch him through the center of the corner. You're going to have to catch him on exit because he's running the line that you're wanting to run. They are clearly faster cars behind him, but they can't do anything with it. The way he's arcing off of the corner, bringing it down off the wall, he's leaving them only one choice, which is to go up to the wall and exit. And we know what can happen if you do that here at Darlington. Oh, as he goes in too hot this time, hits the wall. 98 up high, 75 going, looking at the bottom for the lead. Oh, as 98's into the wall again. New leader, James Nelson.
16 of Kenneth Pack is going to squeeze in there and take that position away as well.
Who's now the 16 getting a great run on the 75. Yeah, if I'm Zulu, I'm with you. I'm coming to pit road.
Yeah, I think you got to take advantage of the 4 fresh tires long before the rest of these drivers even think about pitting. I think we're going to come soon.
We know what it netted.
I've been wrong before.
Well, I mean, it netted James Nelson, who was way back in the field, a bunch of positions. But with Zulu being in third, if he takes advantage of it now, it's going to net him even that much more, as long as he doesn't get that caution flag. You know, as long as the caution flag does not come out before the stage end. So he's still hanging right here with the 75 and the 16, but all the while, Eric Thornton is getting closer and closer. Now, he's still 2 seconds behind this pack, as Kenneth Pack makes the move for the lead. Easily gets around the 75. New leader, Kenneth Pack, in the Western Auto number 16 Chevrolet. A throwback to...
Yeah, Jamie Mullins, who was your leader early on, won stage 1. Still back here in the 10th position, having a hard go of getting through traffic.
Yeah, he's trying to work around this the lapped car of Lee Walter Huber in the 19, and Lee's been able to hold him off for quite a bit. He's not holding him up any, so I don't want to say that at all. So he's not doing anything wrong because he's not holding him up. He's not in the way, being a lapped car. He's just unfortunately a lap down at this time. All right, let's take us through the field here. Your leader, Kenneth Pack, out of Greer, South Carolina. At least he's in his home state. I'm not going to say not too far, but at least he's in his home state there in Darlington, South Carolina. But out of Greer, South Carolina, Kenneth Pack is your leader with James Nelson from Harpers Ferry. And that number 75 AutoServe machine. AutoServe, be sure to, if you're in Charlestown, West Virginia, get your service done at AutoServe. Get that vehicle straightened out. We got Zulu in the pink and black. I'm not even going to try to pronounce where Zulu's from, but he's from Hungary. And then number 98, Go Pink and Black machine. Eric Thornton in 4th in the 88 Apex Racing machine out of Florence. Excuse me. Riley Palmer in the number 35 Toyota. I believe this is Riley's first race with us. Welcome, Riley. Ryan Steinhoff, a newcomer as well. Been here a couple races now. Out of Gilbert, Arizona. Gregory Robinson in that 7th position out of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Longtime racer here with the Quick Finishers Racing League. Greg Barnett in the number 38 Night Owl Sows Chevrolet out of Lyman, South Carolina. Curtis Sauburn out of Hudson, North Carolina in his number 6 Valvoline machine. Jamie Mullins out of Piney Flats, Tennessee. Clayton Cyrus in the 05 Toyota is in 11th with Rick Evans, newcomer Rick Evans, in the number 70 Chevrolet. It's like I Am Chevy machine. Tommy Osborne in that Blue Navy number 1 out of Eastland, West Virginia, is in the 13th position with Lee Walter Huber in the Home Depot number 19 Toyota in 14th. Tyrone Yo is in 15th in the number 3, or I'm sorry, in the number 2 throwback to the number 3 of Dale Earnhardt. Tyler Nelson, our rookie out there in the Traxxas number 85 Chevrolet is in 16th, with Michael Kurgelak having to leave, and I believe Michael Bover has also left. But back out front, Kenneth Pack is your leader. So we come to lap 87 of 176 here in the QFRL. Too Tough to Tame 225 from Darlington Raceway. If you'd like to get in contact with the Quick Finisher Racing League, if you're interested in racing in this league or would like information about maybe putting your business on one of these fine cars for the broadcast here, go to Facebook.com, search QFRL. You can't miss it. It'll come right up for you. Just drop them a message in Messenger, and somebody will get you taken care of there. As James Nelson has hit pit road, as has Gregory Robinson, Clayton Cyrus, Rick Evans, Lee Walter Huber, all on pit road. Zulu is still out there, Dave.
Yeah, Zulu did a heck of a job on the older tires to stay where he was.
Still only 2 seconds off the leader.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Looking to see what these drivers do now.
Eric Thornton's on pit road as well. It's going to be 4 tires on the 3. James Nelson took 4 tires and is away. Curtis Auburn is coming down. 4 tires on the 19. Believe he's a lap down. Greg Barnett still on track here. May have just come off pit road, actually. Kind of lost them there. They pitted on us awfully quickly. Kenneth Pack is still out on track, has yet to come down. Zulu is in. Gonna finally get a set of tires on this, or another set of tires on this machine. Gets safely into his box there. Jamie Mullins is coming down. Ryan Palmer is in his pit box. Right sides are up there. Kenneth Pack and Ryan Steinhoff still out on track. As Kenneth moves over, let some of these faster cars go ahead and go on by. Lap 90, we still have 21 laps to the stage end. How will Kenneth play it? As he and Steinhoff and Osborne are the only drivers that have not come down yet.
And Osborne is out.
Oh, wow.
Rick Evans has crashed.
Oh, no. Oh, my Lanta. What a change of events. Let's see what happened with Rick Evans. We go back to our Quick Finishers Racing League replay here. Yeah, he's just low on the track a little bit, and he is completely sideways, drifting it off the corner as Zulu comes out of from his pit stop. He didn't touch didn't come across. That was so close for that 98. Wow. Let's go back and look at that again. We're going to try to look at that maybe from the chopper up here.
I think you got to look at that from Zulu's in-car.
Yeah, we might have to try to catch that right fast as well. Let's go to full speed here. Yikes. He's just loose again. Oh! Alright, we're going to see if we can get that in-car footage, see if our producers can get that pulled up for us. Let's take a look here. So we watch it in real time, real speed. Oh my goodness. He didn't even flinch. He didn't even flinch.
He blipped the throttle and then kept on trucking.
Absolutely, yeah, man. I mean, it's just nerves of steel for Zoltan Nagy Zulu. That was pretty amazing there. Wow.
It looks like we're gonna get a bunch of wave rounds here. Starting with looks like maybe what's that? Starting up here with a 19, possibly.
It looks
a
like
bunch of them.
James Nelson is going to wave around. I mean, everybody but Ryan Steinhoff and Kenneth Pack, they're the only 2 guys that pitted on the lead lap. Everyone else is going to have to take a wave around. The unfortunate part about that for those guys is they pitted back on, 10, almost, well, 5 to 8 laps ago, most of these guys. Let's see, Greg Barnett pitting almost 10 laps ago. Tommy Osborne has got to come down, as he was a lap down, but unfortunately he hadn't taken his pit stop yet, so he's coming in. Kenneth Pack will remain your leader with Ryan Steinhoff in second. James Nelson will be third. Eric Thornton fourth. Zulu will be fifth with Greg Barnett in sixth. Riley Palmer seventh. Gregory Robinson eighth. Jamie Mullins ninth. And Curtis Sauber rounding out your top 10. This will not be the stage break, folks. We still have another 7-ish laps from right now, so we'll probably restart with about 4 or 5 laps left in this stage.
And this is our first caution for incident, I believe.
Yep, very first caution of the night for incident. We've had 1 caution for stage break and 1 caution for incident now. So it's been very, very, very clean race. Kudos to all these drivers in the Quick Finisher Racing League for such a quick and painless race here tonight. You never know what you're going to get when you come to Darlington, Dave. I mean, you do know you're going to get a few things, right? You know you're going to get cars that are scraped up all over the right side. And you know you're going to get hot temperatures. But that's about it. Really impressed with the runs we've seen tonight, for sure.
Yeah, been a real good, clean racing. We had some jumble ups, but they were able to keep it straight. So just some interesting tidbits here. It looks like Kenneth Pack on that pit stop took fuel only.
Yeah, Ryan Steinhoff took a set of tires starting in second.
Yeah, so Ryan saved a set in the first stage. It looks like Kenneth Pack possibly had to save a set here. And so did Greg Barnett. Looks like those two took fuel only.
Yeah, I don't know that they really needed to save a set, but you never know what's going to happen late in this race, and it's always good to, if you got 8 or 10 cars on the lead lap, it's 8 laps to go, and you're the only guy sitting on fresh tires. That's a darn good place to be. As it appears the lights are out on the pace car, we will go green this time by.
Yeah, according to my notes, the only drivers that have saved a set so far that are on the lead lap, anyways, would be Riley Steinhoff, who saved a set, Greg Barnett, who else? Riley Palmer, Ryan Steinhoff, Greg Barnett, and it looks like now Kenneth Pack.
Okay, so Dave, we do see some of the cars that are up behind the leader as we get going here. Some of these guys were way back, not sure what they were doing, but they all had to restart single file behind the lap down cars because they took a wave around. But they were still spread way back through the field. So, I mean, we really didn't get got an easy side by our single file start. There's the 66 is now looking to the inside of Curtis Sauber. Gets into him just a little bit. 3 wide. This 66 down on the flat of the apron. Has to check up. 85 up against the wall just a bit. They settle it all out. Ay caramba, as Ryan Steinhoff goes for the lead. Like
I don't know what.
Take the lead.
I'm not sure what was going on with the 85, but he was really, really slow on that start. Everybody just kind of freight trained him.
88 to Eric Thornton working around the lap cars there to get back up to the leaders. Still has a couple more lap cars in between himself and the leaders. As you see the one of Osborne trying to work his way around a 16 and go up here and get his lap back the hard way if he can. 16 just a bit slower on the older tires, I think, which kind of expected, and I'm sure he expected it as well.
Yeah, luckily there's not a ton of laps left here in the stage. We're working lap 98. Stage break is at 111.
So we see the 88 of Thornton bearing down on the 16 of Kenneth Pack. Eric on fresh tires. Kenneth on older tires. Kenneth's best bet's just to kind of make it, make it hard on them, make them have to go where they don't want to go to pass you, which is the bottom. And that's what happens. The 88 goes to the bottom, is able to do it before entry. Now the 75 looking to the inside of the 16. 16 kind of dropping like a rock here, Dave. Zulu is going to be the next car to try to take a look to the inside. Can't quite do it this time.
I mean, that's to be expected on the older tires here. He's going to probably fall back nearly all the way back. Ooh, jeez.
Into the wall. It's Kenneth Pack. Bounces off of Zulu just a bit. Oh, the 19 into the wall. Oh, and then someone into the back of the 16. Riley Palmer, I believe. Severe nose damage on that deal. Ay. But they keep it going as the 3 is now working to the outside of the 16 to take over that 5th position, and does. 35 trying to look. 16 going to move over and get out of the way. He's got severe damage to the back where he got hit really, really hard. 66 of Mullins now working to the outside of the 16.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. The 16 trying to stay out of the way because he's so much slower on these older tires. Just makes everything a little hairy. But the 19 kind of got the wall and got everyone kind of stopped there down the straightaway.
Your leader is Ryan Steinhoff, followed by Eric Thornton. Eric Thornton about 1.8 seconds behind on lap 102 of 176. Stage ends at lap 111, so 9 laps to go in the stage, coming to 8 to go in the stage. And you got a 2-second lead. You just kind of hold on to it there, Ryan. You'll be just fine. Stick around, folks. When they come to this stage break, we'll wait for pit stops to complete. Then we'll bring in Curtis Dale to do a lap around with Curtis Dale on the next restart. That's always fun to watch from his helmet cam. Get him to explain what's happening out on track and what he sees from a driver's perspective. James Nelson starting to close in on this 88 of Thornton for that P2 spot. Every point counts. When you get these stage points, comes to the end of the season, especially if you don't have a win, you want to have stage points. Because the more stage points you can get, the more likely you are to get in. And we've seen drivers miss playoffs by a single point. Zulu holding it there in the 3rd spot after his strategy move earlier that turned out pretty well for him there for a very long time, and is now holding on to that 4th position. Gregory Robinson has worked his way up in that number 3 Chevrolet to the 5th spot. Jamie Mullins, who had trouble earlier, looks like he got that damage repaired to the left front, and he is making some moves to this field as he's the Stage 1 winner now, looking for P5 outside of the 3. 3 going to drive it in there deep. 66 going to be able to work that high line. We'll see who carries the better momentum off. 3 clears him.
And 66 trying to get that crossover. Can't make it work. Looked like 66 maybe scraped the wall in that last corner. Kind of slowed him out, but it's going to cross over the 3, try to get him down the back.
Oh, the 3 hits the wall, and then the 66 gets into him. Another close one. That's going to drop Gregory Robinson back to P7. Now P8 as he hits the wall again. And Curtis
caution's out.
Not sure who it's out for.
I'm looking. I don't see it on my scoring as of yet.
If you could pay attention to driver radio, Dave, I want to know if this is going to be our stage break or not. I guess we'll know when they hit pit road. As the fastest pace car on the planet just come out on track and blows by these cars. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, still not seeing. I see Rick Evans has entered pit road. I'm not sure if it was an issue with him.
Yeah, I don't really see anything on. I mean, we know the 3 was up into the wall several times in a row there, but I'm not sure that was enough that was going to bring out the caution as we see Jamie Mullins hit pit road.
It was for Rick Evans.
Jamie Mullins, Riley Palmer, Curtis Sauber, Gregory Robinson, Kenneth Pack, Greg Barnett, Clayton Sires, all on pit road.
This will be from race control. This is the stage caution.
So I'm going to see if we can find this, folks.
It looked like the 70 just kind of lost it off the corner and brought the yellow up.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, he kind of smacked. We didn't really get to see that from the right view. We'll check it out again here. See if we can see, because I did see him kind of come off the wall here. See if we can back. Oh, yeah. So we're going to back it up just a little bit, see what caused him to get up that way. Okay. So the 70 car got really, really tight and pushes up the track here in the corner up to the wall on exit. And you can, okay, no, he got loose. The rear end just kicked around. There he goes. He tried to save it, and it got him all kinds of out of shape, out into the outside wall, and then down into the inside wall, and I believe into the outside wall once again. Nope. I called that wrong. Won't be the first time. Certainly won't be the last.
But it looks like
Now Ryan Steinhoff is coming in.
yeah, I think he missed the stage.
James Nelson
Stage
coming
break.
in. Zulu came in. So all these guys, unfortunately, so was the message given that this was the stage break?
Yes, it was a stage break, and I guess apparently a few drivers missed that call.
That is
Or missed pit,
unfortunate.
or missed pit road completely, but looks like they may have missed the call that it was the end of the stage.
Well, that's going to put the 88 of Thornton out front for the first time tonight.
Yeah,
With the
Jamie
66
Mullins,
of Jamie
yeah.
Mullins back up on the front row, restarting in P2 with Riley Palmer in third, Curtis Aubert fourth, and Greg Barnett rounding out your top five. This is the Quick Finishers Racing League, Too Tough to Tame 225 here in Darlington Raceway, Darlington, South Carolina. Thank you for joining us here on the SimWorld Racing Network. I'm Dave Hara. This is Dave Lafano over here beside me, and we're enjoying ourselves. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. Be sure to say hello in the chat. Shout out your favorite driver. Let us know which paint scheme you think is the coolest tonight. And yeah, thanks for showing out.
Yeah, always fun to come to Darlington. Always puts on a good race. Just to watch the drivers tempt fate each and every time they enter the corner, riding right against that wall. It's always a fun show here.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'll be honest with you, personally, I don't really care for driving this track. A lot of guys like it. I'm not one of those guys.
Me either.
I struggle here. Not terribly bad, but I still have a pretty tough time here. Makes it not as enjoyable as it could be. But the more I race it, the better I'll get, and the more I'll like that. So
Yeah, it looks like lights are out. They crossed over down the backstretch.
88 of Eric Thornton will be your control car inside that Geico restart zone for a restart here on lap 111 of 176. Winding down, Dave, winding down.
Yeah, unfortunately, you had like the Ryan Steinhardt, was that Greg Barnett? 38? Yeah, those guys missed that caution, so they're going to be starting kind of mid-pack here, along with the 98 of Zulu.
So we'll restart here with 66 laps to go. Do you split this in half, 33 and 33?
Sure, why not?
As the 88 fires off. Yeah, at this point, we're making it up. Oh,
whatever these leaders do, I'll say is the right call. How's that?
88 and 66 battling it out for that lead. 66 trying to look to the inside, can't make it happen quite yet. Didn't get the run he needed down the stretch. These guys are going to be coming up on the lap car, the number 70 of Rick Evans here just shortly. As they're battling it out. Oh, as the 66 gets up and tail whips that wall just a little bit on the exit of 2. Allows the 88 to pull out to almost a half a second.
Yeah, you can kind of tell the 66 is riding with desperation almost. He's really aggressive here on his every part of this racetrack, and you see it bit him right there, kind of getting a little tail happy, like you said, off the corner, putting it in the wall. So
Dave, I'm showing Eric Thornton was last down on 87. I thought he just came down. Is my data showing incorrectly there?
That's what I'm showing as well.
Yeah, so if he came last on 87, that means he's worried about tires a little bit. But these guys would have 20 lap pressure tires. Just can't imagine him pulling away that clean air meaning quite that much. I thought for sure I saw him hit pit lane, but let me take a look and see if I can see that information.
I can try to go back for you here, Billy, and see what happened.
Well, I'm looking now, and I don't see that the 88 came to pit road. I'm not seeing that at all. So yeah, stayed out.
Yeah, so his last pit stop was inside of stage 2.
Very interesting. Able to get it done on the older tires, though. I mean, he's running 2/10 quicker than the guys behind him. Curtis Sovereign has moved up into the 3rd position. So James Nelson, Greg Barnett, Kenneth Pack, those guys that had to pit a second time around, unable to make up much distance yet. Now, I know we just went back to green a few laps ago, but really haven't made up a whole lot quite yet. And they don't have fresher tires than these guys in front of them. I mean, you know, one lap under caution isn't going to make that big a deal. Eric Thornton still holding on to a half-second lead as he is coming up on some lapped cars. Again, that's 70 and the 85 of Nelson. One lap or a lap or more down that they're catching up to here as we exit turn 4. A huge shout out to Sonic, who's going to be bringing me some Coney dogs here in just a few minutes. Good to hear about that. Sonic is not paying for any part of this presentation, but hot dog's not a bad deal. Coney dog, cheesy Coney dog. As we see, the 88 is your leader, followed by the 66 of Jamie Mullins. James Nelson now, man, I just talked about him not making up much headway. He is in 3rd position, Dave.
Yeah, good run going for James, up, like you said, 10 spots.
Well, I blinked. I mean, I literally was just following him a second ago with Barnett and the other guys a few laps ago, and he was trying to make some moves, but really they hadn't moved up very far. And now I look and he's in 3rd spot, just 1.5 seconds behind Eric Thornton. So James Nelson is tearing through this field.
I gotta say, I'm impressed with Eric Thornton right now by not hitting. Last time he was on the pit road was lap 87. To be able to do what he's doing right now, I know that lead is shrinking a little bit to the 66, but just to be out here running up front and running well with those older tires, almost 20 laps difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Not sure. We had a little bit of a glitch there here in the studio. Not quite sure what happened. But we're caught back up with the field there. That was very odd. Let's make sure you folks at home can still see what the heck is going on here. And it appears that you can. I see Rada in the chat there. It must have been a little bit ago. Unfortunately, unable to be in the race. Thank you for watching the broadcast, Rada. We like watching you race here too, and it would be nice seeing Maddie and Maddie's Angels are sad, they say, because you're not in this race. Ryan Short says, let's go Eric Thornton. All right. We got Tommy stuff. Hi, Tommy. Go Greg Barnett in the 38. I like it. Eric Thornton still your leader, holding on to about a 8/10 of a second lead over Jamie Mullins. I mean, you're right, Dave. Now, he's going to be on a different fuel strategy here as well, though. Will he be able to go long enough to run this thing out? Because he's going to have to get to lap 132, maybe? That's going to be an awfully long run. I don't know that he can do this on fuel, Dave.
Yeah, I think he can stretch it far enough. I mean, 137, 127 would be about 40 laps, correct?
Oh, you know what? No. He has to get to lap 132, would put him at 44 laps to the end.
Yeah, so 40 laps on fuel gets him to lap 127.
Oh, okay.
It'd be really close. It'd be really
he
close.
He put it on lap 87, so he might be right there on the marker. As James Nelson is in the second position. Not sure.
Yeah, we missed something here with Jamie Mullins. Not sure how we missed that.
We were trying to math, and neither one of us are good at math.
Yeah, we're not good at math.
We apologize for that, folks. Not really sure, Dave, if you can see what might have happened to Jamie.
I'm kind of looking at it now. Mathing is not my specialty, folks. It looks like Jamie just had to check up in the corner, and everybody kind of got underneath them, and he just let them all go.
Maybe just going to go ahead and work it to the, not to the stage, but to the next pit stop. As now looking to the inside, Kenneth Pack got around James Nelson and is now going for the lead. The number 16 Western Auto Chevrolet back out front. James Nelson able to get by the 88 as well to take over second position. Those tires are really starting to show now, Dave.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the 88, he's got to run this out as long as he can, I believe, to make it.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of made his bed by staying out at the stage. So yeah, he's kind of got to do it now. I mean, you can't bank on a caution that may or may not come, right? This has been a very, very clean race here tonight with these drivers. Your leader is Kenneth Pack. Kenneth's been on a tear as of late, as we said. This is Kenneth Podium Pack. I believe he goes by Pac-Man, but up here in the booth, he goes by Podium Pack. James Nelson all over the back bumper, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure if 88, if Eric Thornton may have to save fuel and try to run it out as long as he can. He's going to be real tight on fuel.
Oh, is that 75 is up into the wall. Oh, no, Riley Palmer gets into the back of him there. Just nowhere to go for Riley. James now down on the apron. Going to go ahead and bring it to pit road. No, maybe not.
No.
Thought he was going to bring it. Maybe he was going to try since he was down there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's too early for pit road. You can't make it on fuel from here.
Ay, caramba. 16 now out to a 1.5 second lead over Riley Palmer. Eric Thornton is in third with Ryan Steinhoff fourth and Zulu up to fifth. Zulu now looking to take a position away from the 88 and the 74. As the 88's into the wall, Zulu can't help but get him just a little bit with that right quarter. Did a little damage to the nose of the 98, but able to move on around. They stay green here.
Oh, and you know what we didn't do here, Billy, was the ride along with Curtis Dale.
We absolutely didn't. When I talked to Curtis Dale before this race, and he said, "Are you gonna forget about me again this week?" And I said, "Well, yeah, we absolutely are." And then I said, "No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna get you in here at the end of stage 2," and we absolutely failed to do so once again. Yeah, if we get another caution flag, Dave, let's. Yeah,
we'll try to remember.
I'm gonna write Curtis. That. I'm gonna write that on my hand here, and then I'll forget to look at my hand. But yeah, unfortunately, we forgot to do that. If we get another caution, we will get him in here.
Did I get to step away again for just a second here, buddy?
No problem. Kenneth Pack is our leader with Riley Palmer in second, Ryan Steinhoff in third. Zulu is in up to fourth with Eric Thornton fifth, James Nelson sixth, Greg Barnett is seventh, Tommy Osborne back on the lead lap in eighth, Clayton Cyrus is ninth with Gregory Robinson rounding out your top 10. We have a caution flag. Jamie Mullins has crashed. Curtis Salburn involved. Let's see what we've got here, folks. See if I can find a good view of this incident. As we are under our fourth caution, I believe, as the 6 is to the inside of the 66 here. Just 66 kind of coming down, and the 6 kind of utilizing the space as well. And they make contact. Look at this one more time in slow-mo. Kind of slowed down speed. I want to see. Okay, so we see the 66 is up straddling the line. He starts to come down into that center just a little bit on exit as the 6 is going up toward the wall, just crosses the nose of the 66. And we're going to do a ride along with Curtis Auburn, even though he's probably not going to be ready to talk to us. We're going to do it anyway. We'll talk to him about this incident as well. We're going to let him go down and handle his pit stop first, so we don't want to affect anything on pit lane if we can avoid it here. And then we'll get him in the booth. All of the lead lap cars are on pit road for service here. I'm taking 4 tires for this late. I mean, we've got 41 laps to go. Yeah, you've got to take 4 tires here. No, it's the 35 of Palmer shoots through his box a little too far, has to back up. That's going to be costly for him. As the 16 is first one off pit road, followed by the 74. And Zulu jumping up to third with Eric Thornton fourth. Tyrone Yo jumps up to the 5th position, did not take 4 tires. Very interesting. So Curtis Sauburn is still on pit road here, getting some damage repaired. Didn't want to use that quick repair, I don't think. I don't think he's had to use it yet, but these drivers appear to be getting damage, work done to their cars here. Your leader is Kenneth Pack. We're just watching here for Curtis start to come off. Kenneth Pack, Ryan Steinhoff is second, Zulu third, Eric Thornton fourth, Tommy Osborne fifth, Riley Palmer is sixth, Gregory Robinson seventh, Greg Barnett eighth. Tyrone Yo decided to come on back down. Hey Curtis, you got Dave in the booth, man. How's it going, bud?
It was going pretty good.
Yeah, man. We kind of we're analyzing the replay there a little bit. It kind of looks like that maybe he was coming kind of down the track off the corner to avoid the wall as you were kind of tracking out to the wall and just kind of come across his nose there. It looked more like a racing incident than anything else. I couldn't find one driver to fault either way, but we missed you at the stage break, and thankfully Dave kind of was like, "Hey, we missed him, even though we talked about not missing him." And here we are, buddy. We're gonna do a ride along with you if you're still up for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really, really treacherous out here, so hopefully we can get through it.
Well, listen, you guys have really put on a good show. I mean, there hasn't been many cautions for incident. And I think even one of them fell out right out of stage break area. It looks like some guys didn't get the memo that the stage break would be earlier than it was, and may have fallen back and had to work their way back. I think James Nelson and Kenneth Pack and those guys had to work their way back up through the field, but Kenneth Pack back up on top again. But how's your race been going so far, other than obviously the current event that just happened?
Yeah, the stage break, we said it, but I don't think some people heard it. So it hurt a couple people, like you said. But my race has been mediocre. Just been hanging in the top 10 and trying not to lose it off 2 and off 4. That's the trick.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been fun to call so far. Like I say, really putting on a good show. We've got a lot of folks in the chat kind of rooting on different drivers and telling us that the broadcast looks like it's going pretty well. The racing is phenomenal here. We're going to turn it over to you on this restart, as I believe the lights are out on the pace car, and just let you kind of call it the rest of the way through here, man.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna talk as I get up through the gears, but I'll be right back as soon as I do all that.
Yes, sir.
Looks like they delayed it here.
All right, you got a little delay. And he just gives us more time to talk here for another half a lap or so. I'm not sure. Dave had to step away for just a second. Not sure if he's back yet or not. But nonetheless, we're going to let you carry us through once we get around here anyway. So let me ask you, I noticed some drivers, you know, if they were 10 laps difference in tires, really struggled. But then the 88 was able to hold on a very, very long time on 20 lap older tires. What are your thoughts on the tire wear here, and how you struggle with heat or wear, or what's the real deal here?
Yeah, I think it's the heat and if you're shifting or not. I don't know. Me, it's about 20 laps and mine fall off. So I don't know. I guess it has to be do with shifting and the heat, in my opinion. But I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you bring us to the green here, as we're now heading through 3 and 4. For the folks at home, we'll be coming to the start-finish line here, and take it away, sir.
Alrighty, so that's the main corner there. It gets really tight coming off too. I stay in 4. Kind of, oh, they're wrecking right there. Try not to wreck into them. James is going to try to push me down into 1 right here. Try to stay on the side of them. Gonna let them go coming out of the corner. And that's about a lap. That's every lap right there.
Well, Curtis, thanks a lot, man. That looks very tight racing there. Good luck, buddy. We're going to send you back.
10-4. Thank you, boys.
That was a lap around with Curtis Dale. Man, that was I was holding my breath. I don't know how they're doing it out there, running door to door like that. Like you said, he was getting a push in by that 75, and the next thing you know, we're seeing him right on the door. Very, very interesting to see from the helmet cam there. This place is very treacherous, very slick, as we say. You can see the car kind of it gets tight, and then in order to pull off the wall, it kind of gets the rear end loose. Kenneth Pack is your leader in the number 16 Chevrolet, followed by the 74 of Ryan Steinoff. Kind of flexing some muscle out here, staying right with that 16 of Kenneth Pack. Thornton and Zulu battling it out for that 3rd position. Oh, as we see a car go way down to the inside. Not sure who that was. I think it was Curtis. Nah, maybe not. I think it might have been Curtis Sauber. He was able to hold on to it. Fortunately, on these exits like that, when you do get loose, the track is pretty wide. Now, it does flatten out down at the bottom, but really gives you a little bit of area to try to save your car. Unfortunately, when it flattens out, it makes it harder to hold on to. So as long as you get out of the corner where the banking begins to change just a little bit, you got a better chance of saving it. Now, if you're Kenneth Pack in the 16, right now, you know, it's a very difficult task to save your stuff, because the set of tires you have on, unless you get another caution flag, set of tires you have on right now are the set of tires you're going to finish on. You want to save all the tire that you can, and the best way to do that is to go slower. unfortunately, you've got the 74 who's saying, "Hey, I want a shot at this lead. I want to control this race." As he looks to the inside of the 16 pack, as they head down into 3. He's going to make that pass. 16 going to fall back down in line. But as the leader, it's very difficult to save tire. And that may have been what Pack had in his mind as well, is, go ahead and give up this lead. Let someone else push their stuff, and I'll get them later. There's 30 laps left in the Too Tough to Tame 225 here for the Quick Finishers Racing League. So a good ways to go is now the 88's trying to look to the inside of the 16. 16's going to stay on the high side where the momentum is. Side by side as they head down the front stretch, crossing the start-finish line. 88's going to prevail there. Now the 98's going to come to the back of the 16 machine. See if he can take that position away, take away third. Your leader, Ryan Steinhoff, is putting some blistering laps down. His best lap was a 29.82. His last lap was a 29.84. So he's really running fast. He's 2/10 faster than the drivers behind him, as we see the 16 now looking back to the inside of the 88. Thornton can't get it done. Oh, Thornton is loose off of the corner, able to maintain that position. Really, really loose. We are single file through the top 5, 6, 7. Stage 1 winner Jamie Mullins currently running in the 6th position in the 66 machine, just ahead of James Nelson. And Riley Palmer is in the 8th position with Curtis Sovereign in 9th. 10th is Greg Barnett. Tommy Osborne is 11th. Tyrone Yo is 12th. Clayton Cyrus is 13th, rounding out the lead lap cars. Battle for second is still on, as the 88 and 16 are still running right there in lockstep with one another. Last time by, Ryan Steinhoff has fallen off to a 30 flat. It's a 30.08 for the leader, 30.08 for Eric Thornton, a 30.01 for Kenneth Pack. So Kenneth Pack, the fastest car on the... No, actually, Jamie Mullins was the fastest with a 30 flat. But we're talking 1/100th of a second, folks, separating the times from the first between Kenneth Pack in 3rd and Jamie Mullins in 6th for that fastest lap.
I am back. I apologize. I am here.
Well, Dave, you missed some good action there, bud, but that's all right. So Curtis Auburn had a little incident with coming across the nose of another driver. And again, I couldn't see any fault because the other driver was kind of coming down as Curtis was coming up and brought out a caution. But we got a lap with Curtis Dale through all that. I know we really wanted one, but we didn't want one bad enough for him to go out there and create a caution to get it. But no, I'm kidding, Curtis. We know there was no intent on any driver to make that one happen. It's just, it was a happenstance. Kenneth Pack has taken that second position back from Eric Thornton. Now let's see if he's going to be able to run down this Ryan Steinhoff. Just say once Ryan got the lead, he started laying down some super quick, some of the fastest laps he's ran all day.
Yeah, and that tends to happen late in the race. You start running your fastest lap as the intensity picks up. You know you're getting to the end. You want to get that win. So, we got one spinning down here on the front stretch.
He couldn't get going in time. Couldn't get going in time. Tyler Nelson had a bit of an issue. Had a little bit of the rookie blues there. We're going to see who has tires left, Dave. 23 laps to go. Do you come down? I think if I have tires, I'm coming down.
If you get tires, I think you come take them.
We're going to take a look back at the crash for Tyler Nelson. I think we almost caught it in real time, but we're going to go back and take a full look at it here. I think he just gets kind of loose. Yeah, right there, and it goes down towards the wall and just tail smacks into the wall, causing the nose to hit it. He almost got going without the caution coming out. But good on, the safety folks to make sure that no other cars are going to get torn up in that.
Yeah, I think a few of these drivers should have an extra set if they saved a set throughout. So it'd be interesting to see. I think Ryan has a set, and possibly Kenneth Pack as well.
It looks like they're aiming to come down pit road now, Dave.
Yeah, Ryan, they all pull off. Ryan Steinhoff going to be careful not to pass the pace car there.
Yeah, you don't want to get that penalty for passing the pace car. It's James
Looks
Nelson
like pretty
gonna
much
stay out.
everybody, yeah. James Nelson may not have an extra set, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, last in on 134, I don't know. So we saw earlier the 88 be able to pull out being the leader in clean air and lead 20 laps on 20-lap older tires. So it could be James Nelson's kind of thinking that. Now, we see James has been down for 5 pit stops today. But, and he had 5 sets of tires. Not sure he took tires every time. But maybe he is out. If he took tires every time.
Yeah, I would say he took tires every time down. That's going to put him short on tires.
It's Clayton Cyrus, fuel only. He's going to gain a bunch of spots to come out in 3rd. Kenneth Pack will drop to 4th. Eric Thornton 5th. Zulu drops to 6th.
So Kenneth Pack actually gained a position there, I believe. Oh no, he lost one to Clayton, correct?
Yeah, he
James
lost the spot to Clayton and James. Yeah, James may be a sitting duck here on these fresh tires, to be honest. I mean, you're talking, it's already 21 lap difference, and there's 20 laps to go. We're going to restart this thing with maybe 18 to go. I don't think they're going to bunch them up this time.
So it looks like the good, best possible lineup there for Kenneth Pack. He's going to start on the outside with Ryan Steinhoff, and the older tires will be to the inside possibly.
Yeah, I don't know that we're done with cautions, Dave. We're coming down to the end of this thing, and you know what happens when we come down to the end of these races, and every position matters for this finish. I don't know that we're done. Everybody's going to be trying to get every position they can to get the best possible finishing position. They all want to talk to us, Dave, and we only have time to talk to 3 drivers here at the end of this thing. So everyone wants a podium spot here. The guys who currently have those podium spots want to keep them because it's all about talking to us here at the SimWorld Racing Network. So, yeah, I don't know, David. I don't think it's the end of it.
Yeah, I don't think it's the end of it, but I have a feeling this is going to work out perfect for Steinhoff and Pack being on that outside lane. They should be able to get clear of the 75 fairly quickly on those older tires.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I think you're right. I was being a little arrogant there. They don't really care to talk to us, but they would certainly like to get a W or at least the top 3 here tonight. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the outside, it really depends on this jump. The jump that the 75, as long as he doesn't spin his tires, gets a good restart, he may be able to get up and force those guys to have to work the inside, which will not be to Kenneth Pack's advantage. It will probably work okay for the 74, but maybe not so much the 16, who's in that second row on the outside.
Yeah, I think Steinhoff's going to need the restart of his life right here. Not allow the 75 to get too much of a jump. If you can stay door-to-door with them into 1, I think that's a game over there for James Nelson. I think those fresh tires just mean too much at this point in the race.
Yeah, most definitely. I think you're right as well. But we're going to find out here in just a second as the pace car dives off. Dave, bring us to the green.
Yeah, they're going to work through turn 4, heading towards the Geico restart zone. James Nelson and Ryan Steinhoff on the front row here. And James is off. Good jump for James. Not the restart the 74 was looking for.
Really good jump. So no contest down into 1 as the 16 gets into the wall.
Oh, Zulu sideways as well, checking up through the field. See if James Nelson can hold them off here for 18 laps. Good run off the corner for Steinhoff, though. Down the front stretch, going to close right to the back bumper of the 75. With Kenneth Pack in tow.
Tried to pull it down off the corner of the 75, able to diamond the corner there and maintain the lead for now.
Ooh, Pack looked to the bottom. 74 shut the door.
'74 looking to the inside of the 75 to try to take this lead, heading down into one. He's going to clear him before they get into one. 74 back to the lead. 16 now clearing the 75 to take second spot. '88 of Thornton now to the back of the 75 of James Nelson.
Yeah, I think Kenneth Pack's got more of a long run car. See if a few laps make a difference here, but losing a little bit of ground to the 74.
74 ran his fastest lap of the race last time by at a 29.70. And it was by a lot. Because he went from a 29.92 to a 29.70 last time by. So we see the 98. Whoa, gets into the 35 just a little bit to move him up the track. Says, make room, I'm coming through.
Kenneth is still making a little bit of ground here. As Kenneth Pack, last time by, his fastest lap of a 29.66.
That's the fastest lap of the day thus far for any driver. It's go time with 14 laps to go here in the Quick Finishers Racing League. Tough to Tame, 225 miles, 100 and something laps. Heck, I don't know, but we got 13 of them left to go.
That math thing, like we spoke earlier, is not our strong suit, folks.
Yeah,
so.
it's the whole memory thing, because I did know it. The 35 now works around that 75 to take over P5.
Yeah, last time by was the fastest lap for Steinhoff in 29.68.
98 got loose, and the 6 kind of got in the back of him. Now the 66 got checked up behind it all. Very, very nervous moment for Zulu. Yeah, his last time by, now, yeah, new fastest lap with a 29.60 is the 74 of Ryan Steinhoff. Just turned that last time by, as you said. These guys are really putting down their fastest stuff now. You know, it's you got to get the good out of these tires. You don't have enough laps to even worry about saving tire, I don't think. So,
yeah, the 16 of Kenneth Pack not going away, staying about 0.4 of a second back. Eric Thornton runs his fastest lap of the race of that time by with a 29.74.
You know, Dave, I mean, 10 laps. Oh,
caution is
out for Curtis Sauburn. To see what went on with Curtis as his car is sitting sideways trying to get it righted, headed the right direction. He's going to quit talking. He's going to be like, you know what, forget me next time. Let's see what happened with Curtis.
Oh, Curtis got into the wall and then got tagged by James Nelson. Just unfortunate there.
Yeah, he drove it in a little too deep, and as he come off the wall, the 75, taking his normal line, just goes up and gets it to him. The 98 gets sideways in that mix, too. Able to get it back up on track, loses a couple of spots there. Does anyone else have tires they want to put on for a 8-lap
I think they're all gone now. This is going to be a tough deal for Kenneth Pack starting on that outside. Eric Thornton going to be on that inside following Steinhoff.
Yeah, I mean, it was different when you had guys with older tires, right? The outside was the place to be. But with the control car being on the inside, it's very hard to time that restart. You really have to watch inside that. You want to be rolling up on them inside the restart zone. But, you know, drivers are aware of that too. They'll wait late in the box. Wait late in the box, it causes the outside car to, the car that's creeping up to have to kind of check up a little bit. And once you check up, if they hit that throttle, it's game over on the restart.
Yeah, and I don't think this league, correct me if I'm wrong, they do not allow lane choice for the leader, so the leader will have to start on the inside.
That is correct. That is a correct assessment there. They do not allow choice for the leader. But here we are. We're going to be inside of, I believe we're going to be 7 laps to go when we go green here. It's going to be 7 exciting laps. Folks, buckle up your 5-point harnesses. Don't get up from your seat for this last few laps. You're not going to want to miss any of this action. This is going to get crazy. My voice almost Urkeled out there when I said that, but you know Urkel is, right, Dave?
I do remember Urkel.
I think everybody knows Urkel.
That's showing my age a little bit.
We are under the 6th caution of the day. We have 4 cautions for incident, 2 stage cautions. It was pretty clean through the first, I don't know, half of the race maybe, and then we picked up a few cautions since then. And we knew there were going to be more here toward the end. That's it's down to crunch time. You know, you want the victory here. You
I hate to say it, but
yes?
I don't think we're done with cautions.
Yeah, likely not. I mean, you put these cool paint schemes, these throwback paint schemes on your car, and you want to win with it. You know, you want to screenshot that bad boy and throw it up in your Discord, on your Facebook, your social medias, all that good stuff. And you know, here's what I did in my throwback machine. Got it done at Darlington, one of the toughest tracks. It is too tough to tame. It is the Lady in Black. You get the Darlington stripe, and if you get that victory, it makes it all that much sweeter. Ryan Steinhoff, your leader. Kenneth Pack, second. Eric Thornton, third. Gregory Robinson, fourth. And Riley Palmer, rounding out your top 5. This is going to get crazy.
Yeah, it looks like they're stacking them up here. And lights are out on the pace car, so next time by we'll take around the stripe. Will be 6 to go.
Now, I believe they do have 3 green, white, checkered attempts. So if there is a caution flag before you get the white flag, then we'll stack them up and we'll do green, white, and then checkered. If, again, another caution comes out before they get to the white flag, we'll do it again. And we'll do that 3 times. After the 3rd time, then the race is over. Now, once they get to the white flag under green flag conditions, it's done. Doesn't matter what happens. They could all wreck. Well, somebody has to get to the finish line, but they could have one heck of a wreck as the pace car is off. Here we go.
Steinhoff inside, Pack outside. Pack needs a good restart here.
They're in the Geico restart
And
zone.
74 is gone.
Yeah, didn't really get rolling like the 16 wanted to. The 88's now to his inside, going to take that 2nd spot going down into turn 1, and does so. 74 really gets gone there. 16 now looking for the crossover for the 88 to retake 2nd spot. 88 pinching him down just a bit. Battle for 2nd.
Looks like that outside lane may. Oh, 16's going to work his way back. 88 in the wall a little bit.
Watching the 3 in the wall, trying to get around the 75 back there as well. Battles for 2nd position here, as the 74 is wanting these guys to keep on racing. Now the 88 gets clear of the 16. 16 goes up the track. Back in the pack, Mullins working around that 35 of Riley Palmer to take over the 5th spot. Can't quite get it done. Now he's going to get him clear. Back up front. They're running the 74 down with 4 laps to go here in the Too Tough to Tame 225. They are making up some time. Eric Thornton was 29.66, fastest car on the track last time by, in 2nd position here. Oh, we got a car wrecking back here. James Tyrone crashed. But I saw not James, I saw
I saw Gregory Robinson.
Yeah, that's who I saw sideways. But we're going to go back and try to take a look at it. As we're looking at the 3. He's torn up pretty bad here. Going to go back and see if we can catch what happened. Oh, that Tyrone Yo happened actually before that. So let me look at this one first. We're watching the 2 here on the outside. He gets into the wall, comes down, gets across the nose of the 05. The 6 gets into him. 85 gets clear. Oh, the 2 back up the track. I think his brakes broke on him. Let's see what happened with Robinson, as we saw what happened with the 2 there that brought out the caution. Gregory Robinson kind of wrecked after the yellow came out. He thought he was going to run into Zulu, so he takes evasive action and goes up and smacks himself into the wall. The 38 gets into him, tears the nose off of that 3. May have gotten that meatball flag, not for sure. But as we said, there were going to be more cautions. I hope you all were wearing that harness. I told you to latch up there. We're going to get a green-white, our first green-white checkered. As I believe, Dave, do you have a lap count? Have we reached the final scheduled lap?
Let me take a look.
I think we're getting close if we haven't already.
Looks like, yeah, I think we've reached our scheduled distance. I'm showing 3 to go. Yeah, our leader, Ryan Steinhoff, working lap 175.
Yeah, 175 of a scheduled distance of 176. So we will be coming to our scheduled end here just shortly, but that's all right. We are working under a green-white checkered, so we will run from a green flag to the white flag to the checkered. If they wreck on the first lap, we'll do it all over again. We'll stack them up again, and we'll do it once more. So they're now working 176, which would be the scheduled distance in this race. If you have an iRacing event you would like us to broadcast for you, get in contact with us over at facebook.com/SWRN. That's facebook.com/SWRN. Or comment on this video. Let us know how to get a hold of you, and we'll reach out to you either way. We're taking some special events. I don't know about a whole lot of full leagues at the moment, but we might do a special event here or there if you have something you need done, or if you'd like to sponsor your business here on SimWorld Racing Network. Just let us know. You can also get a hold of Quick Finishers Racing League over on Facebook, facebook.com/QFRL. Be sure to tune in, like this video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell. We have racing on Tuesday nights with the All-American Racing League Cup Series. Sundays we have racing, the All-American Racing League Truck Series. Now the Truck Series is off for the next 4 weeks, just the way the schedule works for the Truck Series. However, we will be on Sundays there, so if you ring that notification bell, you won't miss any of it. Now, we are off this Tuesday as well in the Cup Series, but we will be returning the following Tuesday at Sonoma. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And as always, we're right here on Friday nights for the Quick Finishers Racing League. You don't want to miss a thing right here on the SimWorld Racing Network. Stacked back up 2x2. Lights are out on the pace car, Dave. We're getting ready to do this once again.
Yeah, they need to make it one time around, see that white flag, and the next flag will end the race. A little bit of roll reversal here. You got 16 of Kenneth Pack now on the inside, the 88 now on the outside. See if that can net a little bit of gain here for Kenneth Pack, but pace car is off.
'74 gets a jump. 88 gets a decent restart right there with him in second position as they head off down into 1.
Yeah, 88 got a really good start up there on the outside. See if he can try to run down the 74. Jamie Mullins back in the mix now, working over the 16. Off a Ford. Oh, yellow is out. We did not make it around.
No. Looks like Tyler Nelson, maybe? No, Tyrone Yo.
Tyrone.
Going to our second green-white checker of the night. It's Tyrone in the 05 again. Tyrone squeezing up the track and just gets hooked by the 05. The 05 couldn't go any higher on the track. I think Tyrone just kind of misjudged that one a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunate for those two cars, but we are going to try this again.
Yeah, stack them back up. Rack them, stack them. Let's do it. We can do it one more time after this, and that'll be the end. There are only 3 green-white checkers. Yeah, the 2 just starts to track up, and once he gets hooked onto the 05, he just can't go anywhere and turns him around backward. He couldn't get off of him, I think, is what it really amounted to. Gregory Robinson is on pit road getting some more of that damage straightened out. Tyrone Yo is down. Looks like the 19 of Lee Walter Huber is down. But your leader is Eric Thornton. He got around that 74. I don't think that
I don't recall that, no.
I don't either, but that's what I'm showing on...
just Eric Thornton went around there.
Okay, that was under the yellow.
I was going to say, if we missed that...
Right, I'm not sure how, because that's what we were watching when the caution came out, so...
We're going to be taking our second green-white checker. Eric Thornton, I know he's hoping for the same restart he had the last green-white checkered.
Yeah, it was looking to be a really, really good battle there, coming to the end of this thing. And unfortunately, the caution came out, and we're going to rack them up and try this all over again. It's frustrating for, say, the 88 who thought maybe this is my chance, right? But drivers like the and maybe the 74 are thinking, hey, I'm out here far enough, I'm going to be able to hold him off. But for the 16 and the 66, these guys are thinking, well, this is my shot to get into that second position and take this thing away from Ryan Steinhoff. Lights are out on the pace car. Starting the second green-white checker to this race. So we're heading down and through turns 3 and 4. Gonna get the green flag. Pace car is gonna leave. 74 will give us the start in the Geico restart zone. '16 gets a good jump behind the 74 this time. Does not let him get away. timed that perfectly to stay right there with the 74s. He's now to the inside of the 88. 88 working to the outside.
Ooh, big run for the 88 off of 2, door to door with the 74.
Oh,
the leaders are wrecking.
Kenneth Pack gets around
Kenneth Pack
them.
takes the lead.
Is the caution going to come out? Maybe they're only doing 2. Maybe there's only 2.
I saw 2, 3 attempts, but caution is out now.
Wow.
Wow.
What a mess. What a mess. The leaders get into one another. And, folks, we told you this wouldn't be the end of it. What a great set of restarts there, or a great restart there, but unfortunately for both the first 2 cars, yikes. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Take you through it all. We're going to slow it down just a bit. Okay, so that's actually... Where was the 88 at that point? Because I think that was before... Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to back it up just a bit, folks. Sorry about this. To see exactly what happened. Okay. Because it didn't register for the 88. The caution didn't come out till later. You see the 74 and the 88 door to door. The 88 hits the wall, comes off the wall, and collects the 74. 16 tries to go around them. Doesn't make any contact. The 66 and 74 make contact. Both of those drivers are into the wall. 38 gets a piece of it. The 3 gets a piece of it. Oh, more drivers and more drivers get into it. Ay, caramba. Let's try to see. Shows Steinhoff crashed again after that. But okay, that's stuck against the wall. Trying to get off of the wall there and get moving again.
Yeah, actually, what it looks like the 74 may have wiggled off the corner as the 88 was kind of coming off the wall. Yeah, the 74 got loose and back into the 88 as the 88 was coming down the track. Unfortunate for both those drivers.
Yeah, that was very, very interesting. I'm not going to back it up again, folks. I don't want to take you back through that nauseating rewind that happens when we do that. But this will be the third and final restart of the race, as there were 3 green white checkers. We are on number 3. A big change of events at the top of the field is Kenneth Pack is your leader, James Nelson is second, Zulu is third, Tommy Osborne is up 14 positions to the 4th position, with Riley Palmer rounding out the top 5. Clean and green first half of the race, Dave. Second half, not so much, as we're now working, I believe, caution number 9 on the night. Caution number 9. Now, 2 of those were for stage 15 laps. So overall, green flag racing, a lot of action here at the end. But you know what? All those virtual fans in the stands show up to see the accidents as much as they like to see the good wrecks. So we hope they're putting on a good show for you. I think they are. I've had a good time up here in the booth, but I always have a good time up here in the booth.
Yeah, that's what a change of events here. I'm guessing I missed what happened to Jamie Mullins. He must have been caught up in that as well.
He most definitely was, yes.
Okay.
He was caught up in that, and it put him up into the wall, which now has him sitting on pit road with a lot of damage. Eric Thornton had to tow to the pits. Tommy Osborne is now in 9th. He's come down pit road. I don't know if he come down to, maybe he had a set of tires or something. I'm not certain why he came down. Greg Barnett's trying to get some of the damage fixed on his machine. He's on pit road, as he was also caught up in that. Lights are out on the pace car. Going to stack them back up 2 by 2. As Kenneth Pack is your leader. 75 of James Nelson right back in this thing now. Going to restart on the outside of Kenneth Pack.
Look at the 98 of Zulu back inside the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, this shook everything up. This changes the whole outcome of this race. As they're going to restart here with 3 laps to go, or it's 2 laps to go technically. So
Yeah, and this will be the last attempt. If they don't make it around, it'll end under the yellow. Race will be over.
Pace car is off. The 16 will lead us to the green flag as he'll hit the throttle in the Geico restart zone. He fires off about midway. They are running door to door, side to side, nose to tail. 98 got a great restart. Gives a bump to the 16 on entry. 16 now going to power on past that 75 to take over the lead, or to keep the lead as they head off of 2. James Nelson closing back in. Kenneth Pack has it. James Nelson wants it. Holding about a 3-car length lead. Gets a good pull off the corner, does the 16 of Pack. As he begins to start to pull away from the 75. Final lap. 1 lap to go for Kenneth Pack.
Kenneth Pack off of turn 2 has to get through one more set of corners. Zulu now looking to the inside. A big block by the 75. Almost wrecked down the back.
Now looking on the outside is Zulu to take over second position. But for your win in the Too Tough to Tame 225, it's Kenneth Pack in the number 16 Western Auto Chevrolet. Zulu finishes in second, with Riley Palmer third. James Nelson falls to fourth, and Clayton Cyrus rounds out your top 5. Let's do it, man. Let's. Wow, what a finish! What a craziness. Let's see if we can talk with Riley Palmer. See if he's in the chat there, Dave. We'll get our third place driver, Riley Palmer, up here.
Not seeing Riley in the chat.
All right. Do we have Zulu?
I'm not seeing Zulu yet, but he normally pops in later. Let's give him a couple little moments here.
Yeah, we'll give these drivers a couple minutes here. Let's go ahead and go through our full field rundown then, Dave. While we're waiting to see if those drivers pop in. We're still going to talk to them, folks, so don't go anywhere. Kenneth Pack was your winner, with Zulu coming in second, with Riley Palmer third, James Nelson fourth, Clayton Cyrus fifth, Tyrone Yo finishes in the 6th position. Good finish for Tyrone. 7th was Curtis Sauburn. 8th was Gregory Robinson. And Tommy Osborne is 9th.
10th goes to Greg Barnett. 11th to Jamie Mullins. 12th, Eric Thornton. 13th, Rick Evans. 14th, Ryan Steinhoff. 15th, Tyler Nelson. 16th, Lee Walter Huber. 17th, Michael Kurgelak. And 18th is Michael Bovair.
All right, Dave, have we gained our third-place driver, Riley Palmer, by any chance?
I do not see him.
All right, has Zulu joined?
No Zulu either.
Okay, well, let's move on and talk to our winner, Kenneth Pack.
Hey, Kenneth, Dave and Dave in the booth, you got us?
I sure do.
Kenneth Podium Pack once again. This week you are at the top.
Dave, we got to change that. It's gonna be
yes,
Kenneth Winter. It's gonna be Kenneth Winter Pack. The way this is going.
Winter Pack, yeah. That's right.
That's 2 in a row. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Trucks. Now the cup car. Oh, I'm so happy.
That was kind of crazy. You just happened to be in the right spot, right time as the leaders wrecked off the corner. Yeah, that was you were right there at the front all night, but huge shout out on the win. That was pretty good on your part. How'd that look out your windshield there on that last run?
Yeah, it was tight. I saw them get side by side into one, and I saw them get together. They're coming off of 2, and I just put it low. I didn't know where they went. I was just hoping I didn't get clipped.
Well, Kenneth, so we took note on that last. So a couple of we had all these like back-to-back cautions happening in the green. Went to our third green-white checkered, but we watched maybe on the first green-white checkered there. You didn't get the restart you wanted, but then this next time, the time that actually netted you the last time, the time that netted you this victory, you got a great restart, and we're literally pushing the 74. I believe it was the 74, might have been the 88 at that point, but down the stretch and into turn 1 there. Is it the restart there that netted you this victory? I mean, we know they got together, but you really forced them into that situation by making that 8, because there was the 88 on the outside, but you made them race one another very, very close and tight there, and you were right there to capitalize. Is that what did it for you? Was that great restart?
I think so. I don't know if it was me getting a great start or whether the 74 didn't get a great start, but once we went into 1 and I was there. I was gonna force some kind of issue.
Well, listen, man, it worked out for you. Congratulations. Is this your first Quick Finishers Racing League victory, I believe?
It is for this season.
For
It
this
is.
season. Well, listen, man, congratulations. You're into the playoffs if work permits. Goodness gracious. You're into the playoffs. You got a victory. If nothing else, if you can't make it because of work, you're putting on one hell of a show here for everybody. You always finishing on a podium here lately. Now you've got 2 victories out of 2 different leagues, 2 different vehicles, 2 different tracks in a row. Congratulations on the victory, man, and the floor is yours.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for broadcasting. All the sponsors for the broadcast. My sponsors. I know my brother. He's kind of gotten behind on the watching these. So, brother, when you do watch it, we got another one.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You certainly did. Well, listen, congratulations again. We're going to send you back to celebrate and talk with the rest of these drivers about your race. And congratulations again. And hopefully we're talking to you next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you, Kenneth. That was Kenneth Pack in the number 16 Western Auto Chevrolet here in the throwback race for the Too Tough to Tame 225 in the Quick Finishers Racing League. Dave, I think we saw it all here tonight, man.
Zulu is now in the chat if you want to have a word with him.
Well, yeah, he finished P2. We want to give him the opportunity to speak. If I see he's muted there, but if you want to pull him in and see if he wants to talk about his race there.
Hey, Zulu, Dave and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, hi, Dave.
Hey, a great run there to bring it home in second place. Got it right there at the end. Kind of an up and down race for you. But walk us through your race a little bit, but congrats on second place finish.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a really bad finish. Yeah, like I thread the needle. Yeah. And yeah, I just want to say for the others, yeah, a lot of blocks, what I made, a lot of aggression. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't want to ruin any race, anybody's race. So yeah, that's I like to fight like door to door. Yeah, that's a really cool thing, especially on this racetrack. But yeah, that can happen if you fight hard.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we did see some blocking there late, but that's what's going to happen late in these races. I think that's kind of expected, especially after having a few green-white checkers there. But listen, congratulations on another podium finish for you. It was a good race. You know, we watched you go through up and down through the field. You did some tire strategy early on, which we were a little concerned about, but it really, really worked out for you. In the long run. So congratulations on finishing P2, man. And if there's anyone you want to say hi to or shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Catherine, my mom. Hi, Gabi. Maybe Chubby is watching the show. Hi, Rada. He's sitting next to me, actually. So, yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, listen, man, congratulations. And we'll send you back to celebrate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yep. That was Zulu finishing P2 in the number 98 pink and black Toyota. Getting that P2 on the night. Listen, Dave, we saw a bunch of different things tonight. We saw a little bit of everything. We saw strategy. We saw aggression, as Zulu was saying. We saw some tough battling, some door-to-door action, some beating and some banging, some caution flags. But all in all, a really great race tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of what I expect at Darlington. Like you said, the blocks late. I mean, we saw the block by James on Zulu, which didn't really pan out well for James. Zulu was able to get back to his outside and make that pass, but come to expect it here at a place like Darlington. Just like you said, working through those late race green-white checkers. You got to try to do what you got to do here late.
Yeah, without a doubt. And this is one of the toughest places that we come to each and every season, that NASCAR comes to. It's hot, it's slick, it's funky the way this track is built. It's very, very difficult to get around, but they put on one heck of a show tonight. Proud of all the drivers of the Quick Finishers Racing League. For all the folks at home, we appreciate you tuning in each and every week. This is the Sim World Racing Network. We've had a blast bringing this race to you, and we will catch you next time.